sailing through the interplanetary strait, with a hardy crew and a cargo of dreams. Through the nebula's mist we'll forge our own schemes, in the vastness of space where no man has been. We'll navigate, chart the unexplored galactic highway. Give all maze upon the starry sea. We're the spacemen sailing through infinity. With our voices loud and our spirits free, we'll voyage across the celestial sea. Voyage across the celestial sea. In the abyss of the cosmos we set sail. Through crimson skies our ship prevails. Across the stars a celestial flight. Metal warriors bound by might. Ooh, yeah. In this realm of shadows darkness unfurls. A symphony of chaos, where planets whirl and nebula of fury untamed, sailing through the void where nothing's the same. We ride through the cosmos, a metal storm, defying gravity. Our spirits transform through supernovas and celestial clouds. Our stellar voyage forever in the skies. Digging deep in the Martian soil, searching for that precious ore. With pickaxes and heavy hearts, we're the miners of the cosmic shore. On this barren land, we march as one, unearthing treasures under the sun. In the cratered plains where no one dreamt, we're the pioneers on this frontier we're sent. Oh, we mine on the red planet soil, drilling down, down, down for the treasures we toil. With grit and determination, we push ahead for Mars' hidden riches. We're truly bred. We're truly bred.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream. I got my ears put in properly, otherwise I can't hear myself. Hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday, or whatever day it might be for you. Excuse me. Morning, Donald, Coyote, Lord Volpex. Two dogs, old jerk. Yes. That reminds me of Terry Pratchett. Two dogs, one bucket. Good morning, Postmatic. I hope you're doing well. Rolando, same to you. Hope everyone's doing fantastic today. Sure, it is Revenge of the 5th, definitely. glasses or my eye? It's my eye. Yeah. Just get stuff organized. Organized. Nice. Pulled pork and kimchi sounds interesting. But kimchi is a vegetable, if I remember correctly, and vegetables. Need to turn the screen on. My setup is perfect as long as I don't have to move. A little cramped. Well, we're still at a nice small stream, so I can still interact with people individually, which is nice. It's nice and cozy, relaxed and chilled, especially on this Sunday morning. Good morning, Monkers. Hope you're doing well. So I put too much wax in my beard this morning, and it really didn't look well. And it was all clumped. It looks like I had food stuck in there. Some particularly sticky food. Thankfully, I managed to get it sorted. Got to take care of the beard. Really, got something stuck in my eye. Probably sleep, or that gunk in the corner of the eye. Good morning, Twisted Void. Hope you're doing well. And Anthony, same to you. Okay, now my glasses are dirty, and I've got something stuck in my eye. Fantastic. Starting out so well. Well, I'm going to be recording videos today for the main channel, so I'm in my video shirt. If I don't record, I'm just normally in a t-shirt. So this is a behind-the-scenes stream. That's why I wear this shirt. I don't put it on and take it off because it's pain. So I normally just put it on at the beginning and wear it till the end. Okay, now we can see through the glasses and I can see through my eye. That's all good. Yeah, so, I mean, official TFOS shirt or jacket, I think would be more appropriate. But yeah, I wear other stuff. I've got a t-shirt on underneath this. Ruins the mystique, but there you go. I am thinking of getting a new one made. It's a bit tight around the shoulders. Even though it was custom made. So I think he got his measurements messed up. It's always been tight around everywhere. My arms haven't suddenly grown longer. Alrighty. Alrighty, we can close Steam. We don't need Steam. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Plonk that in the plonkety plonk. And then close Discord. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Wait. Yes, broad shuttles something. But it's not just the shoulders. I mean, he measured it, so I don't know. It was a cheaper tailor, so maybe I'll just go to a more expensive one. get it done properly. Because I mean, even the lining isn't done properly, but that was a choice because I was going to use it as a jacket. But now I'm wearing it every day. I should probably be made out of slightly better materials. Stories on the agenda today. Let me get my recording sheet. We're going for a record. Yes, record. Good morning, Lisa. Hope you're doing well. Today we are doing an Alien Plays Project Zomboid. What's a crash landing between friends? You weren't supposed to something. To win. And so what? Everyone's got super soldiers. So should we do 4 stories today? But we are flipping back to the slightly shorter ones. So between 10 and 15 minutes. So we've got 2 decently long ones, a 20-minute and a 30-minute one. And then 2 10 minutes. So that'll take us all the way through to... where would be... That would be Wednesday. Fair enough. But I mean, it was supposed to be designed so that I could sit down and record with it. So, and there's that. It's wearing thin. The buttons keep falling off because they're cheap buttons. So they cut the thread. So I do need to get a new one anyway. So I'll have the discussion with the tailory person. I still find it hilarious that my first fitted jacket is a safari suit jacket. There is a level of irony in there that only a colonist or colony dweller can get. That would be, South Africa, India, or Australia. And you get to watch me make thumbnails, yes. Exciting stuff. How to guide, not really. Sometimes my thumbnails work, sometimes they do not. Oh, no, that was the wrong button. Alright. South African things, yes. South African things. Look, I mean, the safari suit isn't as popular as it used to be in South Africa. Still very relatively popular, but I think it's more popular in Australia. And if it looks like I'm looking down at my desk, it's just the positioning of cameras and stuff. I am definitely going to have to redo the setup when I move to Portugal. Because my main screen is very low so that I can have my teleprompter just above the screen. So when I look down at my screen, it looks like I'm looking at my desk, where I'm just looking at a low screen. Ah, the streamer life. No, such hardships. No, how shall I cope? Alrighty. Cool. Now, I suppose we could get the work started. For those of you new here, what we're going to do is we're going to go into work mode. So I shrink down a little bit. And we're going to open up a document. Very exciting stuff. This is the start of most work days. I'm going to move this over here. And then we are going to open this over here. Yeah, so the new setup, I don't know. It'll have to depend on the place we're moving to. So it's so difficult to plan ahead because it depends on the room. And I can't take a lot of the stuff from here to there. Because it's either going to take 3 months or cost me a fortune to ship it there over courier. So things like the cheap lights are going to go away. At the green screen, I'll have to buy a new one. But that's not a today problem. That is not even a tomorrow problem. Alright, so for those of you that are new, welcome. Hopefully I'll be entertaining enough to earn your time. But what we are going to do is we're going to paste a a, uh, story that we're going to narrate. So I randomly, the HFY is on 155 online users again. For those that weren't here last week, I was commenting that I've never seen it that low in 5 years. The lowest I'd seen it up until the last week and a half was 1,000. Now we're down to 150. I spoke to one of the mods. Just a quick question, just what's up? They said, no idea. They think it's the new Reddit. They made some changes, and there is some problems with the changes, so they think it might be that. So it isn't anything to do with the subreddit specifically, from what I could tell. It is technical problems from Reddit. Yes, a Spiffing Brit story. Alrighty. So, what we do here is we assign voices to characters. So that when I narrate, I can just use the code word and know what I'm saying. I know there was a bunch of complaints, and I think a lot of people also left because of the going public. Or something. I don't know. What we're doing. Okay, so there's going to be 3. Can we any wait? Great days and glorious victory. Yep. Still got it. M1 is my normal voice. We have roughly 23 bass voices to work with. Probably close on 40 with variations thrown in. So each code word means something to me. Also can mean something to you if you look down here. These tags were decided by chat, not me. My descriptions are very, very different and only make sense to me. Not quite. We've got about 5%, not 50%. Hmm? 10%. 10? 15. 15%. Somewhere around there. So there's 155 people online, and there are 30 people watching me. So 30, yeah, something like that. Don't ask me to maths too early on a Sunday. And 3. I suppose I don't actually, with the Spifflemonk story, specifically have to go through it, because there's only going to be 2 voices. It's going to be Spifflemonk or narrator. Suffering the consequences of drinking 2 liters of water relatively quickly. Yes, Spifflemonk is the best alien YouTuber out there. Puts me to shame. His subscriber count's better than mine as well. I think the last time we checked, he was over 1 million. He had his gold play button already. Yeah, it's deserved, I think. ASMR stream of someone typing on a keyboard. And I suppose that is very fitting for a nice, lazy Sunday morning. Good morning. Nirvana Mudpool. M. Hope you're doing well. Sorry. Nirvana Madpaul. I don't know where I got mud from. Do. M1. 3. M1. M1. No, Marcus. Apparently, narration is not actually classified as ASMR. I have been told. At length. No, this is 3. That's 3. That's 1. Unless I was narrating like this, with barely audible sound. If I don't narrate like this, then it's not ASMR. Or something like that. Never really that. ASMR does nothing for me. I don't really understand what classifies as ASMR other than too close to the microphone and distortion. That's probably why it's not for me. No, Professor Moore hasn't had a new update in a very long time. Vet and death stories will always be around. Not specifically related to any universe, but... Well, thank you, Mel's PD. It is for nice, kind words. It's appreciated. M3. Good morning, Eric. Thank you for the kind words. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Well, yeah, I find most ASMR annoying. It just, I don't know, tweaks my nerves the wrong way. Woohoo! Thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. That is a massive, massive donation of bits. And we reached our goal. Thank you very much, Melnes. It is certainly appreciated. I have no idea what that is in real money, but I actually don't care. Still appreciated. And another thing, what do we happen? Oh, we got a follow and a Postmatic gift sub. Huh? Thank you for the gifted sub, Postmatic. It's super appreciated. And we have a hype train. And another gift sub? I think. I have no idea. Lots of stuff's happening. It sounds like I'm in a casino at the moment. For all the stuff making the casino noises. Thank you very much. Yeah, I did bring what I was reading here. Oh, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, Nirvana. The Soldier and Death. I don't know who wrote that one. Coyote. Is it one of yours? Thank you very much, Lisa. It's very much appreciated. Well, my goal is not to do ASMR, so my goal is to entertain. So as long as I'm entertaining, I shall just do what I can. Coyote. Let me just check something. I will look into that, Coyote. It'll probably be on my spreadsheet. I probably just missed it. Because I got the next week planned. I do try to plan ahead. But I will, after the stream, look for it and add it. Thank you very much for the another gifted sub. That's awesome. Thank you. What I was doing? Oh, voices. That's what I was doing. My job. That's what I was doing. How could I forget? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Eric, and welcome to the stream. Joe, I have tried narrating some of the stuff. Specifically, what was it? Princess of Mars. I narrated the whole book, and it didn't really get well received. I think it's because a lot of people have heard it, and it has been done to death. And it's a very old style of writing, so I have done some public domain stuff, but people preferred the HFY. I have no idea what the hell is happening on my channel. I apparently have moved into a gambling den. And we got 2 gifted subs. That's awesome. Flubbered and Nevermind 9001. You've got some gifted subs there. That is awesome. Thank you very much, Mel S. We are at level 2 hype train, which is obviously better than level 1 hype train, because stuff. I'm a professional streamer, so I should know this. It's awesome. Very, very cool of you guys. And also very much appreciated. That's true, Lisa, but the problem with public domain is because it's public domain, the barrier to entry is very low. So there are hundreds of channels dedicated to narrating all public domain stuff. So it does become difficult to narrate it as well, because you've got quite a big pool that you're pulling from or fighting against, especially with the AI TTS channels now as well. It was bad before, but now it's worse. So yeah, I mean, if there's something specific, I might look into it, but I think a lot of the older content most people don't necessarily enjoy, or it warrants putting time into, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's very true, Lord Volpex, and that's exactly it. Well, I'm glad that it helps you commute. I know how unbearable commutes can be, especially if there's nothing entertaining on. So, I'm glad it helps. Probably. I think Frankenstein would be quite weird, because there'd be the book, and more specifically, it would have been re-registered under copyright when they made the movies. Copyright is such a weird thing. Something that is Frankenstein. Public domain. Yeah. I mean, before I even started, there were channels dedicated to narrating public domain stuff. So I'd imagine they'd have Mary Shelley, Jules Verne, all that stuff. But one never knows. I mean, what is it? It's like it was a really chunky book, probably like 300,000 words. How many words in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? No. Uh-huh. 75,000 words. That's not too long. I thought it was longer. So that would essentially be a week's worth of work for maybe not a week's worth of money. Unfortunately, we have to always have that sort of calculation in the head. Is it worth the time to narrate something, and am I going to get some money back? Some things I do just because I can. I don't have to worry about the money too much. But you do still kind of have to pay attention to what your audience wants. Fair enough, Mal. I mean, some people like TTS and stuff, but I try to be as entertaining and human as possible. Does that make sense? Yeah, it depends on how as well. I mean, blame Disney. They messed everything up. They made it so convoluted. So it's like Mickey Mouse. The image is in the public domain, but nothing else is. And Winnie the Pooh is in public domain, but Tigger isn't. That's not good, Lisa. Very not good. Nirvana, thank you for the £10 super chat. It's very much appreciated. It's sunny, go to the pub and relax in the sun, chill and find a good story for us, peasants and goblins. I suppose goblins comes from, pirate software. He's got goblins. I have no idea what the people say. Yeah, it's your eyebrow. All right. I think this is it. Very much depends on the story. I like the comedy stuff, but I don't think it performs quite as well as the more hardcore science fiction, or not hardcore, straightforward science fiction. But I love the shitposty type narrations, like last night's one, which with the alien. It's kind of where HFY started. Well, thank you for popping past, Donald. It's much appreciated. And thank you for the 1,000 bits, Flubbard. It is very much appreciated. All right, so we've got the story. So there are a lot of new people here. I drink an excessive amount of water for the vocal cords, but that has its obvious problems with the rest of the body. So I need to go take my pre-story or pre-narration bathroom break. I'll be back in two moments. I'll leave you with a space shanty, and before several of them are finished, I will be back.
Let the wind guide our way. We're the spacemen sailing the cosmic bay. From Jupiter to Saturn, we'll deliver our freight on our starship, sailing through the interplanetary strait. With a hardy crew and a cargo of dreams, through the nebula's mist we'll forge our own schemes. In the vastness of space where no man has been, we'll navigate, chart the unexplored galactic highway. Heave ho, mateys, upon the starry sea. We're the spacemen sailing through infinity. With our voices loud and our spirits free, we'll voyage across the celestial sea. Voyage across the celestial sea.
In the abyss of the cosmos we set sail.
And back. Just have to put my ears in. And that is true. Hydration is definitely only ever rented. Good morning, Captain. Hope you're doing well. Alrighty. I'm going to turn the music down. Music. Shh. Okay. Coyote, so over the last 2 weeks, we've been catching up on long stories. So I don't normally do 20 to 30-minute stories. But as part of my recovery, I was doing them. So I haven't really been doing much recent stuff. I've been doing stuff from years ago. But this week, we are heading into more recent stories and shorter stories. So, yeah, it's not on this week. We'll probably be on next week. As soon as I can figure out what I was doing. Alrighty. Yeah, I should make a playlist. I don't know if I can share. It's from a AI generator called Pseudo. So the first, what are these? I've got 5 songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 songs that I generated through AI because I wanted some space shanties on the channel. Righty, so the work shall continue. We're going to go into work mode. Work mode looks like this. Hello, this is work mode. The reason why there's a green screen still showing behind me is because the editing software removes the green screen a lot better than the streaming software. That is because of the cat. Instead of walking around, it squeezes out underneath it. And the dog. Just give me a second. Alrighty. And it's mostly sorted out. Put my ears back in, otherwise I can't hear myself. Anyway, as I was saying, this is work mode. So, nothing fancy, no pop-ups, no screen things or anything like that while I narrate. The other thing is I will not be paying attention to chat while I narrate. I will catch up with chat after I've narrated, but for the story, I will not be paying attention. As I'm sure you all can understand, trying to narrate a story whilst also paying attention to chat is just going to lead to me doing neither well. Alrighty. Close that. Move this. Open this. And this. Glasses off. Recording. Alright. I'll see you on the other side. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. Now, the like button seems to have got itself lost in space. Its tether has fallen off, and it is floating off into space. But you can save it. You just need to click on it, and it'll drag it back to the spaceship and save it. Also, the subscribe button is very, very worried about this like button, so if you could also give it a bit of comfort and just tap. Anyways, more importantly, onto the story. An Alien Plays Project Zomboid, written by FarmWitch4275.
Great days and glorious victory. My name is Spiffing and welcome to my Let's Play. Today, at the recommendation of my physician, I have been recommended to play a game that is not so, addictive. I've been recommended a game called Project Zomboid. That is a very unusual name. Apparently, it's rated overwhelmingly positive in the reviews, so I guess it's very, very good. Let's see some of the reviews.
Spiffing looks at the game reviews on its store page and raises an eyebrow at some of them. Some reviews include lists of ways to die, while others include mod listings or tips. Most reviews, however, are short stories of how characters in-game met a rather messy end.
Oh my, this looks strange. Eaten by zombies? What in the void is a zombie? Okay, well, let's get going then.
Spiffing starts the game. When the initial load is completed, he is greeted by the game's main menu splash screen, which is an animated picture of a man cradling a severely injured woman in a barricaded room.
Good lord, that is sad. What even is this game?
The game animation plays, overlaid by very sad, somber music. The image is very dimly lit. The viewer is unable to really see much of the two characters' features or facial expressions, and the soft sound of rain can be heard beyond the music.
Oh my goodness, what is this game? Well, I suppose I should get going. Let me just adjust a few settings to make editing a bit easier later.
Spiffing adjusts the volume and graphics settings, changing some control scheme buttons for a better fit for his four-fingered biology, and does a little bit of audio tweaking. He notices something in the background, and finally, he changes.
Oh, wow, what was that? Lightning? Oh, that is quite immersive. Right, let's get started. Ooh, solo? That human lingo means go it alone. Now, I was told to go into custom sandbox mode and use the base settings for my first go, but just to see. I was told that if your character gets killed, it's okay. Create a new one and rejoin. It's just like a respawn in Factorio, apparently. I've been given a list of basic traits for my character to start and choose my own as I get better in the game, so, here we go.
Spiffing chooses the traits and occupations. Burger Flipper as an occupation, Smoker as his negative trait, and a few positive traits such as Sneaky, Fast Reader, and Swift. He clicks next and comes to a character creation screen and clicks on the randomize button.
No, apparently I'm playing as a human female this time. Let's go!
Loading screens plays out.
its black background overlaid with white text. Oh my, these are the end of times. There was no hope of survival. This is how you died. That is, foreboding? What is this game? Okay, I've loaded in. Spifflemonk looks around, taking a longer time than usual to get used to the game's unique control scheme and isometric viewpoint. He looks around in various containers, and after about 10 minutes of fumbling about, gets used to how the game works and begins looking for supplies. My, this game is quite interesting. Never had a view like this before, so it's like a bit... My, this game is quite interesting. Never had a view like this before, so it took a bit of getting used to. Never had a view like this before, so it took a bit to get used to. Now, from what I know, I should arm myself with a weapon and get some stuff to wear. I found, a kitchen knife. That counts as a weapon, I suppose? Spifflemonk fumbles a bit more, looking through the house for supplies, noticing that he has a pack of 20 cigarettes and a lighter in his inventory. He collects his thoughts and finds tin food, books, magazines, a lucky find of a duffel bag, and some extra clothing. Right, I looted the entire house. There wasn't much at all. A can or two of food, maybe, but I think this bag I found should come in handy. Now, let's go outside and... Spiffle is interrupted by the sound of something streaking across the window, followed by some noises of banging. He moves around, somewhat carelessly, walking towards the sound of the noise, and stops in his tracks as he hears the sound of the window shattering. What was that? An NPC suddenly in the room. An NPC suddenly appears in the room, arms extended, and lunges towards Spiffle's character, emitting a horrible growling and guttural gobbling noises. What is this? A human? What's it doing? Oh, by the God, stop! No, stop doing that! No! The knife! I have a knife! Have it! Spiffle strains to get the combat system right, and manages a lucky blow on the NPC. He nearly wrenches his arm. He nearly retches as the animation plays of his character, grabbing the NPC by the head and then shoving the knife into the skull through the neck. Spiffle is in a bit of panic, and he completely forgets what's going on. He hears more banging and more window shattering. Within moments, Spiffle is surrounded by 5 of them and panics. How do they get... No, stay back! Spiffle screams in terror as his character is swarmed by NPCs. He watches in horrified terror as the NPCs grab and pull his character to the ground, with his character emitting an all-too-real sounding terrified shriek of terror and agony. Various sounds and noises made during this is very clear what's going on. Sounds of mouths gnawing at flesh, cracking of bone, and tearing of clothing. Spifflemonk is frozen in place in dead silence, his face contorted and trapped in what appears to be his species' version of an expression of horror. He clicks the Quit to Main Menu button and sits in dead silence. He finally pays closer attention to the main menu screen and notices what's really going on as the lightning illuminates the scene in front of him. The male in the picture is not cradling an injured woman, as evidenced by the sight of the red flesh spilling. As evidenced by the sight of red flesh and spilling blood that he is in fact eating her. Oh my God! Spiffle sits down in dead silence. Spiffle sits in dead silence, staring directly into the camera in an expression that is best described as absolutely horrified to the absolute bone. He stares directly into the camera. His species is famed for the fact that his eyes glow brightly even in bright light. That famed glow was mysteriously gone from his eyes. He curls up into the fetal position as his channel outro plays. Top comment, dude, are you okay? Perhaps Zomboid was the last game you should have tried. You look broken. If it's any consolation, we never had a zombie outbreak. It's just fiction. Great days and glorious victory. My name is Spifflemonk and welcome to my Let's Play. Today, by popular demand of my previous video and some counseling, we are back at Project Zomboid. For all my non-human viewers, a zombie in human mythology is a human or creature that has been bewitched by a magic spell or infected with a strange mutagenic virus. This affliction causes them to become animalistic cannibals that do not sleep, do not tire, are hard to kill, and have only one purpose: to feed on the non-infected. What that says about humans is up to your discretion. Spifflemonk goes through the motions of starting a new game and gets to its spawn. Spifflemonk goes through the motions of starting a new game and gets into it, spawning inside a house in Muldra suburb. He doesn't get nearly as lucky as he did last time and finds only a can of pineapple and a saucepan to use as a weapon. After a bit of work organizing his infantry, Spiffle gathers his thoughts and walks outside, finally finding the crouch button as he carefully sneaks past the group of zombies towards the next house.
You don't see me, I'm nothing. I'm a ghost, you see nothing.
Spiffle tries the front door of the house and finds the door locked. He tries a few windows and finally opens one, only to have the house's alarm go off. He panics and thinks he has time to try and loot the house quickly.
Oh no. Okay, I can do this. In and out. Quick, it's a tuffle rat.
He begins to loot and pillage the house as best he can and gets ambushed by a zombie in the bedroom. He dispatches it in a panic and barely scrapes by. His celebration is cut short by a zombie coming in behind him and biting his character. He fights it off only for two zombies to break the window and fall in the room. He is once again swarmed and eaten alive.
Oh, come on!
Okay, Spiff, calm down. Lesson learned. Okay, stay away from the house alarms. Spiffle is visibly shaken by the horrified screaming as his character is eaten. He restarts, continuing the world he had going by selecting a new character and starting again. He has less luck than last time, only finds a frying pan for a weapon and uncooked bacon as food.
I did not get so much as a scrap of anything this time. It seems that the spawn isn't so lucky. I only got a frying pan, right? Let's give this another go.
Spiffle plays as normal, sneaking past a group of 6 zombies and heading to a house. He seems to have learned his lesson, and before attempting to try a window, he carefully looks around him and makes sure that he's alone. He opens the window, and luckily this time, no alarm. He kills one zombie in the living room and bedroom and loots the place. He finds a kitchen knife and a fanny pack with a can of tuna, but no can opener.
Right, so we have food and a bit of extra clothing. Let's go for more.
Spiffle carefully exits the building and sneaks his way through the area. He encounters his first big structure, the Muldra High School, and decides to go in. It goes poorly, and he gets bitten running from the horde. He escapes the horde that tries to swallow him. He manages to get to the safety and barricades himself up. Unfortunately, he couldn't get to a good spot fast enough, and his character dies from blood loss. Because he's been bitten, his character resurrects.
What? What is this kind of evil that you humans think of? I mean, seriously, what kind of horrible nightmares must you have dreamt to come up with this kind of evil?
Spiffle looks in horrified fascination at the sight of his character now wandering aimlessly as a zombie. The channel outro plays. Top comment: seriously, you had this kind of reaction to a few games of... Top comment: seriously, you had this kind of reaction to a few games of Zomboid. God alone help you if you ever find the SCP universe. My recommendation, don't play any SCP games or Resident Evil or Silent Hill. Those games might kill you.
Great days and glorious victory. My name is Spifflemonk, and welcome to my Let's Play. It's back to Project Zomboid again by popular demand. I cannot understand why my subscribers hate me so much as to demand I continue to subject myself to this. However, I have watched various other videos relating to PZ, and I have a bit more knowledge now. Let's get to business.
Spifflemonk plays the game as normal, managing to survive for a full half an hour until the first night. His character thus far has no serious encounters, has killed a few zombies, and had a close scrape, but it's otherwise fine. Spiffle goes to sleep on the floor. Spiffle goes to sleep on the top floor of a house.
Why am I shaking? What is this? Oh, look, I'm actually in distress. Is this what happens to humans too?
Spiffle zooms in on his face camera to the sight of his four-fingered hands, purplish skin, and all shaking rather aggressively. It seems that he can't actually hold his hands still, regardless of how hard he tries. He returns the face cam to its normal position, and his character wakes up around 6 a.m. He does some minor looting and leaves the house to find a new area. And leaves the house to find the area now has a dense morning fog surrounding it.
Well, what is this? What is this strange white thing that's all over the place? I can't see very far. I can't see at all, actually. Okay, if someone in the comments can tell me what this strange blanket thing is, I would appreciate it. Let's go. This way.
Spiffle heads towards the town and has a lucky encounter with his first car. It is, however, surrounded by 8 zombies, so he goes to work and manages to clear the area.
Righty-ho then. I think I'm getting the hang of this strange control system here. Now, I recognize this thing at least. An automobile, or as the humans call it, a car. Now, for my non-human viewers, we have a similar concept called a kermotor. It's basically the exact same principle. As far as I know, human vehicles are a lot simpler because they use petroleum instead of plasma cells and hydrogen cells. Now, if I recall correctly, I have to approach the front end and, Spiffle gets to the front and accesses the car's mechanics. By an incredible stroke of luck that even humans would find absurd, the car is in a reasonable condition with a quarter tank of fuel in it. Spiffle moves to the driver's side and by an even more absurd stroke of luck, finds the key in the glove box. He starts the car and carefully drives off, stopping and starting as he gets used to how driving works. After a while, he gets up to a decent speed and heads up the road towards what appears to be a larger structure on his map. Now I am told to go through the roads here to get to something called a shopping mall, which apparently has a high zombie population, but a very, very good loot location. I need cigarettes for my character here, so I need to find some. I only have 2 left.
Spiffle is driving somewhat carelessly as he ends up in the main street suburb of Muldra and speeds directly into a car stuck in the road. The car engine stops from the impact and Spiffle's character passes out from the impact. The screen view narrows to reflect this, and Spiffle panics as he starts to hear noises of zombies approaching.
Oh no! What did I do? What happened? Oh no! Did I crash? Spiff, you idiot! You weren't paying attention.
Sounds of windows smashing, followed by an agonizing scream of Spiffle's male character, are heard, followed by the game over screen. His character is now a zombie wandering around, surrounded by around 20 or so zombies that swarm the car. Spiffle is caught off guard, and the horrified scream seems to break him for a few minutes. He swallows nervously and stares blankly with a now all too familiar glowless expression straight into the camera. The channel outro plays. Top comment. This comment was written in Iridani by an Iridani IP and has to be translated. This comment was written by Iridani by an Iridani IP and has been translated. Why would humans do this? Why would they make something so horrific? Why? Reply comment. Why? Why the hell not? It's fun. Besides, Project Zomboid isn't terrifying or scary. It's tense and unnerving. You want scary? Alien Isolation. You want terrifying? SCP Containment Breach. Now that's some scary stuff.
Great days and glorious victory. My name is Spifflemonk, and welcome to my Let's Play. Today shall be the absolute final time I played Project Zomboid. I found this game far too disturbing. Far too disturbing. We are starting this time with something different, as I've skipped recordings of the first half hour or so, as to basically the same. As I have skipped recording of the first half an hour or so, as it is basically the same, and I've gotten so used to it, it's quite easy. I've been challenged by a subscriber I know in person to survive a thing known as a helicopter event. Even if I don't survive, I do not care. I shall not do this again. My poor heart can't take it. Gameplay begins and Spiffle is decently set up in a small base made out of a house. He still doesn't seem to know a few basics about the game, such as closing curtains to mask movement from zombies, or using sheet rope to create makeshift escape points in houses. However, he has made a good progress and has several duffel bags on the table in the kitchen full of food and a few guns hanging around. Right, this is good. So far, my best run. As you see, I did a lot of looting and even managed to find some lucky things off zombies, including a shotgun thing. What is a shotgun anyway? Spiffle is unable to continue his thought on the matter, as he is interrupted by the sound of an approaching helicopter. What is that noise? What is this human voice? It sounds like it's coming over a loudspeaker. Spiffle charges out of the house, only to be met by a horde of 20 zombies shambling towards him. He hurriedly charges back into the house to grab his shotgun and measly quantity of 40 shells. By now, Spiffle has a handle on the awkward combat system and goes into battle swinging, killing 10 zombies within a couple of minutes. His character is suddenly grabbed, but suffers only minor scratch. Oh, blast you! Blast! You will pay for that! Spiffle quickly dispatches his attackers and vanishes into a nearby house to tend to his wounds. Finding only a scratch, he quickly patches himself up and heads back into combat. Both he and the character begin to panic as the size of the zombie horde he encounters has grown from around 20 or so into a mass of about 50, drawn in by the helicopter. He is swarmed again, but valiantly fights, firing his gun, sprinting away, and then turning to fire again. Eventually, he runs out of ammunition and tries to escape the area. Madness! They just keep coming. Why do they just keep coming? Spiffle attempts to run past the zombies and, due to his character's panicked and exhausted state, trips and he is grabbed to the ground. His female character's death screams seem to strangely protracted, lasting a bit longer and seeming a bit louder than the others. Once again, the glow in his eyes that is characteristic of his species is mysteriously gone as he stares in abject horror into the camera for one final time. His channel outro plays. Top comment. Whoa! Does it seriously affect you that much? Dude, calm down. It's only a game. It's pure fiction. Sure, it can be terrifying, but that's what fiction is. We like to have our pants scared off of us from time to time. We don't know why, really. It's just fun. Reply from Spifflemonk. You find this fun? You people are insane! End of story. Alrighty. Story complete. Spiffle is terrified. I am back, chat. I am back. Had to adjust my aircon. It's a bit hot with a t-shirt, a jacket, and the aircon on. Alrighty, let's catch up with chat. Indeed, Chris de la Cruz, false Spifflemonk, and welcome back to the stream. Good morning, Crusader. I hope you are doing well. Yes, Marcus, you probably should have done some research, but it wouldn't be as fun or entertaining.
Good morning, Alpha Noob. Hope you're doing well. SCP referenced, yes. I can put at SCP on in the title. Well, I hope your workday is quick and without incident. Vizio0001. Yeah, it's double time in some places. Sundays. No, it would just be double time. If it was a public holiday, it's double time. That's awesome stuff. JB Frank, welcome to stream, and yes, FTA for the algorithm, or FEC the algorithm, whichever one is more appropriate on the day. Yeah, I didn't sleep particularly well. But these things have been here for years. I've had bags under my eyes for 25 years without stop. So, I doubt they're going to go away anytime soon. But yeah, today they're a bit bad. But tiredness does not mean that I can just not work. Good morning, Wolfos. I'm glad that work seems to be over. Yeah, I actually think that I've had these bags so long that it's just basically tattooed the skin. Good morning, Phoenix. Hope you're doing well. There we go. We can hide it. Alrighty. Back to editing. So, I don't edit particularly. All I do for the TFOS is... Thank you for the gifted sub, Postmatic. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, so I just normalize the audio, which means make the highs lower and the lows higher, so that there's no loud spots, particularly. So as we can see here, we've got some loud spots over here and here, so I'm going to remove noise and normalize. The first bit is we remove the ambient sound. That's why I recorded a blank sound at the end. We're going to amplify and then hard remove the noise floor. Then we're going to normalize. And then we're going to lower the volume overall to a more acceptable volume. And now you can see there isn't any particular high spots. And that's all the editing I do for these. And then I shall pass this on to the wife. And she will add it to the video and do all the scrolling text and cutting out of mistakes. And I shall hydrate. Yes, Spiffle's funny. Alrighty, and that is that. Give my voice a little teeny bit of a rest, so we can go back to full stream mode activated. I think there are 5. I could be wrong. Should be easy enough to find out. Spiffing Monk. 1, 2, 3. No, it's actually quite a few. A lot more than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It wasn't that off. Awesome. I'll add sound effects to your Jeep. There you go. That's my poor impression of a Jeep. Yes, Spiffle is quite funny. Yeah, young is a state of mind. But, yeah, some mornings I really don't feel young. Righty. So the story that we were going to do next actually is part of a series, so we're going to skip that. We're going to skip that. So we're going to do 3 shorter stories. 2, 3, 4, and 3 shorter stories. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Just checking the next stories to see if they're part of a series, because sometimes it's not like obvious from the title. Alrighty. Exciting stuff. How are we doing, chat?
As soon as I figure it out.
Normally quite quick, if I remember. It's all manual, so I need to do the thing. I shall do it right now, while I'm giving my voice a little bit of a rest, having a chat-chat. Chit-chat, the chat-chat. Chit-chat. What is going on here? Discord seems to have changed something. I can't give people roles on my own server. I can give a role to myself, but I can't give a role to anyone else. The hell? Something's weird. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories in the works, so, I mean, I'll eventually get there, hopefully. Yeah, when, I prefer to get permission through, Reddit, so I can link the account and the posting. Not that I don't trust people, but... Okay, that made that more complicated. Here we go. Post-Manic, you have a nice fancy smancy color now. Took me a moment to figure that out. Hello again, Captain. You have a fancy color and access to the super secret area. Super secret special area. Okay. Omni-War. That would be first contact. Yes? Unless it's another story that is escaping my memory. Which, you know, is not gonna. So, Rolt's Bloodthorn has signed an exclusivity contract with Amazon. So, the short answer is never. Or until the exclusivity clause runs out. That's why I had to remove all of First Contact. Hydration. Hydration. I think we can close that screen, minimize that screen, close this screen. And then we shall go to work mode. Version 2. Next story. So these ones are going to be 2 stories in this video. A 6-minute story and a 4-minute story. So. So we're heading back into the more normal format. My expectations with the smaller, shorter, 10 to 20 minute stuff is I should be able to start doing the re-TFOS now as well. If there's enough time and voice willing. So we can do that. And then there's something else I wanted to try. Normally when I finish the stream, my voice is a bit gone. But within a couple hours it comes back. No problem, sounds fine. So I might, what I do is stream TFOS, and then later in the day, once my voice is recovered, do some series. We'll have to play around with the stamina and all of that. That seems quite douchey, Donald. Okay, we take out the author's note. Okay. And we got everything needed. Yes. 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 So, M2. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Something like that.
Snively voice. There are, and you weren't supposed to win.
M2. So I mean, Roltz went with the automated audiobook with Amazon, which has an inbuilt exclusivity clause, as far as we could tell. Oh, wait, we can do... We've got an annoying politician voice, just for this occasion. M13. I'm not going to say that this is a very bad impersonation of a certain English Prime Minister during a specific war, but it's something. Order! Order! Nope, nope, nope. That is 3. Chairman, M2. Spelled M2, not M3. And M2. M1. Who's he? He. And even bigger murmurs. Okay, we'll go with M3. There are 3 he's in so far, and M2. Right. M2. M13. Spelled M13. M2. 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 No, no. But I do. Terran, blah, blah, blah. M2. Terran 1. Again, apologize. It was not her intent to cause such a massive loss of life. However, she does not believe that an endless fear. Moreover, the Terran's eyes. Okay, so it's the same speaker. M13. Well, I'm glad it's helping, Donald. I really am. 2. M13. M13. M2? Question mark. M2? Question mark. M3 and M2. Very weird way of writing that. You dare!
Yes, yes, I do.
Good morning, Teledorma. Hope you're doing well. Terry Delorma. Hope I didn't butcher that too badly. M2. M2. Okay, so that is 13, not 3. M3. No, that's M2. Liars. M13. M2. M2. M13. M13. M2. M2. M1. M2. M13. M2. M1. M13. M2. M13. I wish 143. M2. M2. 1. Chairman, delegates remain silent until Terran was hit with full force of the weight of what he just said. Okay, so that's M2. M1. M2. M2. M13. And M2. M2. All right. Done. Teleprompter. Go back. Paste. Proceed. Move the mouse. Mousey mouse. Okay. Story time. Yes. We're getting there. Good morning, Plague Group. I hope you're doing well. No, and there. So we're going to go into recording mode. Awesome. I shall see you guys in about 7-8 minutes. I'm going to hit record. I'm going to hit record. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called You Weren't Supposed to Win, written by Armed Lad. I'm sorry. The Terran representative blinked and cocked his head to the side. The man flashed his teeth in a smile, a disarming gesture that many, in truth, found intimidating. The chairman of the galactic conglomeration rumbled his skills in displeasure before repeating himself. The war. You weren't supposed to win. The Terran furrowed his brow. Was there a discrepancy between your analysis? Was there a discrepancy between your analyst and the data, or am I missing something? A murmur swept through the assembly. Diplomats and representatives conversed with each other as the Terran stood in the center, utterly ignorant to what his race had done. More order! More order! The chairman chimed the bell and brought the muttering to an... The chairman chimed the bell and brought the muttering to a standstill. His mandibles chittered and clacked together as he leaned forward against his desk. Terran! he sneered. "Do you realize what you have done?" "Oh, I see." The face of the representative in question lit up in recognition. The fool! How could it have taken him so long to realize? He chuckled mirthlessly. "My apologies, it was not our intent to upend the current balance of the power in the Orion arm. It was not our intent to upend the current balance of the power in the Orion arm. My apologies. It was not our intent to upend the current balance of power with the Orion arm. You see, that was started by the ultimatum delivered to us by the Trinhili." An even bigger murmur swept through the assembly, reverberating across its halls until the chairman could take it no longer. How could the Terran be so blind? "You fool!" he called out, not even bothering to silence the crowds. "Nobody is supposed to win a relativistic war. That's the entire point." Oh, the Terran understood the point well. The Terran understood the point well, too well. A low chuckle emanated from within his chest. He leaned back and tilted his head down, corners of his lips pulling into another uncanny smile. With his white teeth flashed under the lighting, and the conglomeration was reminded of just exactly how humanity became the dominant species on Terra. "I see." "Do you now?" The chairman didn't believe him at all. The chairman didn't believe him at all, but nonetheless gave him the opportunity to speak. "I do." The Terran's predatory eyes bored into the chairman's body. The representative leaned forward to place both his hands on the podium and leaned towards the microphone. "Terra 1 again apologizes. It was not her intent to cause such a massive loss of life. However, she does not believe that an endless fear is preferable to a fearful end. Moreover," the Terran's eyes flashed down before darting back up, "she is not to be condemned for choosing so." "A fearful end?" The chairman's pincers dug painfully into the desk's granite surface. "That is what we shall all face because of you." "Terra has no quarrel with the conglomeration." The Terran tilted his head back up. "The war was exclusively between Terra and the Trinhili." "And yet you have changed everything." The chairman's body heaved, ragged breaths blowing through his esophagus as he calmed himself. "Relativistic weapons are the absolute arbitrators of power. For a species to lose an entire planet to such weapons would be catastrophic." "Catastrophic?" His eyebrows raised as he Catastrophic? His eyebrows raised as he continued. Catastrophic? His eyebrows raised as he countered. "I may be punished for saying this, but however valuable they may be, for Terra to lose one of her dominions, it would be horrific, but far from catastrophic." "You dare!" "Yes, I do." The chairman fell silent as the Terran interrupted him. "You want peace. If you want peace, prepare for war," he quoted. "The conglomeration follows this, correct?" The Terran looked to the representative species present, and their various heads and appendages nodded in approval. "Liars!" "Oh, we know." The chairman prodded the Terran further, hoping to goad him into making a misstep. "You are!" The Terran doubled down. "When the Trinhili told us that we were to renounce claim over our colonies in the Armstrong sector, lest we be annihilated by their relativistic arsenal, we were expected to acquiesce. This was expected both by them and the conglomeration, correct?" "Indeed," the chairman responded in curiosity, both genuine and manipulative. "It would only be logical. Their relativistic arsenal was thrice the size of your own, enough to destroy 3/4 of your empire. The numbers didn't lie." "No, they didn't," the Terran admitted, "but they told a different story." The Terran took a step back from the podium and looked around at the chambers he spoke in, letting the conversation breathe and for the assembled delegates to absorb the information. "Tell me, How much of our relativistic stockpile should be depleted? At least 90%, the chairman answered easily. There is no other way. Incorrect. Really, it was about half. Another murmur once again swept through the chamber as the Terran let the information marinate. Impossible! Quite possible, Your Grace. Our relativistic weapons carry multiple warheads, each capable of attacking a different target. The chairman paled. We believe you to be bluffing. Now why would we do that? The Terran asked genuinely. The Trinhilly tempted a war that threatened the survival of the Terran Empire unless she submitted to unacceptable demands. Consequently, she struck first. The Trinhilly's fleets were in port and their weapons weren't even armed. So what's hard to understand? The chairman and the delegates remained silent until the Terran was hit full force by the weight of what he just said. Wait. None of you actually thought about what would happen in a relativistic war. You just thought that you would die. The chairman remained silent, not liking where this was going. Ah, I see, the Terran swallowed, taking a breath and then letting out a deep sigh. You assumed that because you had relativistic weapons, you had deterrence. That is not how the Terran views it. That is not how Terra views it. For Terra, the first rule of deterrence is to always assume that it never works. I beg your pardon? It's quite simple, really. The Terran once again flashed a dangerous smile. When Terra prepares for war, she does not merely prepare to fight. She prepares to win. She prepares to win. End of story. And back to here. Here, I suppose. Good morning, Terry. Oh, we have pushing buttons and the wrong thing. That's very weird. Should only be skippable ads, but YouTube's doing some weird stuff with their excuse me, doing some weird stuff with their adverts recently. Alrighty, my voice seems to have taken a break. So we're not going to do much more. Just one more story to finish off this video, and I think that is the voice done for the day. Like I said, I really didn't sleep well, so probably related to that. Welcome back. Oh, itchy nose. Alrighty. This should be a relatively short story, a couple minutes, to round out the video. Fair enough, Terry. Fair enough. And I also do understand that a lot of people would just prefer to see the final product, not the making of, because it sort of ruins the immersion when I make a mistake. Fair enough, Mel. Fair enough. I think it just applies to a different type of audience. So it's complementary to my normal content. Methinks. M10. Okay. Very short story. 2 voices, well, 3 if you include the default mode. Koi. Streaming mode! Good morning, Bob. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Recording video, recording audio. On to the entertainment. Story number 2. Human nightmares are scary. You think it's supposed to say scary? Human nightmares are scary. Written by Catfish21SM. Since the humans were accepted into the Galactic Union, our bottom line has dropped considerably. That's why the corporation has decided to glean the secrets from humans in whatever means necessary. Unfortunately, straight-up physical torture carries far too many risks. If we were exposed, we'd risk complete removal from the Galactic Union. That would be unacceptable. Thus, our torture technique must be in such a way that no one, not even the humans, know what's happening. That's where our new invention comes in. It hasn't been released to the public yet, but it gives control of the mind, creating controlled hallucinations. Since the humans have a period of their normally daily basis. Since the humans have a period of their normal daily lives undergoing similar hallucinations that they refer to as dreams and nightmares, we were able to use this to our advantage. First, we gave the corporate bigwigs a free vacation to one of our luxury resorts under the premise of building a cooperative business relationship. Then, while they were all sleeping, we turned the software on. Our spies entered human dreams. They were just a garbled mess. One was dreaming of mating rituals with a plantation race. Another was dreaming of flying through space without a spacesuit. Another yet was dreaming of setting in our hot tub at the resort. Getting information out of them was not going to be that easy. The next night, we implemented Plan Nightmare. We had the humans dream that they were being tortured by another race. We tried everything that we could think of. We insulted them with the greatest human insults. We beat them mercilessly. We even killed one of them. However, none of them were willing to spill their secrets. We were running out of time and getting desperate, so we decided to set Nightmare Engine on without direction. It would influence their dreams to go down a negative path, but it wouldn't directly control them. And we did it. We got information on the humans. It wasn't the information that we wanted, but it was useful information nonetheless. after having their internals ripped out and devoured before their eyes by beasts that they could only describe as their dimensional horrors. One of our men was hospitalized for what may be the rest of his life. Several others needed temporary medical attention. Anyone left except for me quit. My human dreamed of a unicorn chasing him, a creature from human mythology. The next day, I was sitting with the humans when one of them commented, "I don't know what it is about this place, but my men haven't had a nice... I don't know what it is about this place, but my men haven't seemed to have a good night's rest since we've got here."
Yeah, well, that's pretty strange, isn't it?
It really is. Say, where did all of your men go?
They had an important business call. No worries. I'll see to your every need.
That's perfect. Well then, we need to discuss the price of that dream manipulation device that you guys have been developing.
I'm not certain what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. We both know what you did here is a violation of intergalactic policy. Your whole species should be banned from the Galactic Union if word of this got out. Fortunately for you, we're willing to make a deal.
I'll talk to my bosses and see what they say.
Excellent. Then let's enjoy what time we have left here. It's rare to get such a good vacation these days.
Just one question. Most of our men were hospitalized or sustained some form of trauma. But you humans are fine. Why is that?
Oh, I thought you already knew. Nightmares are pretty normal for us. End of story. Alrighty, back to work mode. Short, sweet, to the point. It works. Donald, the free movies is only for America, as far as I understand. On premium. Oh, thank you for the kind words, Bob Allen. It's very much appreciated. Cheers, Terry. I hope you have a fantastic day. Yeah, I mean, after 3,000 stories, there's bound to be similarities. But there's a couple with dream manipulation in them. We can go back to full stream mode. Hello, full stream mode. No rush, chat. Now I'd love to say that we're doing a 3-hour stream today, but I don't think my voice is up to it. Quite honestly. So, yes. I think we'll push it to 2 hours, because why not? And then we'll see where I'm standing then, while sitting, staring at a screen. Yeah, I mean, movies are very historically controlled here. There's one company that controls most movies in this country, so it's weird. Uganda. Met some lovely people from Uganda. How are you doing, Michael? Yeah, I think it's just because of a bad night's sleep can ruin a voice. I mean, I can push through. Let's just be honest. I literally, physically could push through. I've done it before. But I've kind of reached this point where I don't want to, because I've had 3, 4 surgeries this year to try correct problems. So we'll just like maybe take it a bit easy. Yeah, well, there is one. I need to at least do one a day. The channel, I don't think, we're struggling a bit with getting traction again after being away for so long. So I don't want to stop all the work that's gone into getting the traction. So we need to have at least one TFOS a day. Thank you very much for the kind words, Andrew. It's very much appreciated. Oops. So yeah, I mean, we've started recovering this week. I think back to pre-operation levels. Let me just double check. I think we're still a bit low. Very low. Very, very low. Yeah, so I mean, we went from a high point in March, and now we're at a same point at the low point of March. But February was a good month. We're running at half of what we earned in February. But that's the nature of YouTube. Some months are good, some months are bad. Fair enough, Maldes, fair enough. I think the most difficult thing with YouTube is gaining traction, and consistency gets you that. So me breaking consistency has lost the channel quite a bit of viewers. So the only way to get those back is to just be consistent again. So I don't really want to skip a day of narration. That's why I'm trying to do 2 a day, so that we have something in case something happens. Greetings, Klopstock. Hope you're doing well. I said that very Afrikaans, Klop. Klop in Afrikaans is a smack, spelled differently, but... Fair enough, Coyote, fair enough. Yeah, she doesn't like it. We played around with maybe doing female voices, but she doesn't enjoy narrating. So when you're not comfortable in front of a microphone, you can hear it, and she's not comfortable, and she doesn't want to become comfortable. And I'm not going to force her to do it, so there is that. Well, thank you, Postmatic. I'll pass on my compliments, or your compliments, to her. Yeah, I mean, she didn't do any editing work before she started working here, so it's like learning from scratch. Thankfully, we don't do too much weird stuff. But, yeah. So however long I take, she takes probably that long or twice as long to edit a video. So however long I narrate for, rather. So finding stories, thumbnails, that's what I haven't done. Let me do thumbnails. And backgrounds. Well, seeing as I'm sitting here, we need to do some more work. Work mode initiated. And what are we doing? If anybody has ever wondered where or how I get the backgrounds, these, it is from Mid-Journey, and I use the phrase outer space in the future, and you get stuff like this. And it's the same phrase. I use it every day, and I get a different picture. It's all pretty cool. It's not only the sound of your own voice, it's just also being comfortable being recorded and that people are going to hear you. So I think it's one of the few things that crosses over between streaming and making videos is being comfortable in front of a camera and being comfortable in front of a microphone. So you're more relaxed, so you get a much wider range of voice. But if you're not comfortable in front of either, you're tense. And that tension will limit what you can do. And people can hear it and see it. It's programmed into us that we can pick that up. Yes, Worldwide Aggro, WWA. Better than WWF for the SmackDown. That would be World Wrestling Federation, not the World Wildlife Fund. Although I suppose the World Wildlife Fund would also smack me down. Yeah. So, I mean, the easiest trick with the smile in the voice thing is smile when you say smile. Whenever you say smile, it causes the word to sound different and people can hear you smiling and saying the word smile. It makes it better. It's just a random thing that one of my teachers taught me in school. We're very good at picking up audio cues, which is why narration is such a difficult thing. When we're talking one-on-one in real life, your brain does an inordinate amount of things to process the conversation. So it'll ignore ums and ahs and background noise and all of that. But when you're narrating and somebody's focusing on listening to you, then you start picking up the mistakes that you would normally ignore in a conversation without thinking about it. That's why narration is slower than a normal speech. So normal speech is about 160 to 165 words per minute, which is actually getting faster as time goes on. But narration speed should be about 150 words per minute. So that people concentrating on your words can just absorb them better. Oh, fair enough, Plague. I mean, it makes sense that you would want your call center people to do that. Okay, background's generated. Now we can do some thumbnails. Welcome back again, 001. Hope the drive was nice, calm, peaceful. Thank you very much, Eric. We definitely try. Yeah, I mean, every stream's a Q&A stream. My favorite book growing up would be probably Reaper Man. Or Hogfather was pretty cool. Mostly Terry Pratchett stuff. So that would have been in my teens, late teens stuff. Mid-teens, I didn't really have one. And anything before mid-teens, I didn't read. My parents struggled to get me to read. I read at school, but that's it. I only really got into like reading for personal stuff into my late teens, so like 16 on. It turned out that they were trying to get me to read the wrong type of book. So back then I was at Hardy Boys, the Secret Seven, all the teen books. I didn't enjoy them. But then I started reading fantasy, and then like Lord of the Rings, Dragonlance, that sort of stuff. And then into Discworld and science fiction later. But still to this day, I think Discworld's probably one of my more favorite books. They're the ones I've definitely read the most. And then maybe even The Hobbit. While I did read Lord of the Rings, I read The Hobbit more. Well, my parents just gave me all the books that my brother had when he was my age. And that's what the books they bought him. It just didn't really suit me. So, I mean, I remember as a 14-year-old, I was reading Stephen King and that sort of stuff because that's what my parents read. Well, my mom specifically. So, I mean, my mom didn't read sci-fi, so we didn't really have a lot of sci-fi books. And then I got into fantasy. And I don't really read horror anymore. Yeah, Dean Koontz, Richard Lehman, all those. My mom had all of that stuff. No, not off the top of my head. So, in mid-teens, it was very difficult to find science fiction and fantasy. It was very difficult, yeah. And we had no service to order it online or anything. That didn't exist. So you just got what you got. No, not really, Joe. When I release the stories for public consumption, in the edited form, I do link to it, but not when I'm streaming. But some days I also swap the order around, so if I post a schedule, I can't just abruptly shift stuff around. Okay. There's the Project Zomboid one. Short, simple, easy to read. And then the next VAL is I know what this one. Giant relativistic gun with little guns. With little guns attached in the future. Oh, no, in the style of cyberpunk. Yes, he's definitely having a major panic attack. Awesome, Donald. It's the best time of day. Home time. Yeah, fair enough. I think that's with any technical field. Good night, Joe. Thank you for popping past, and I hope you have a fantastic sleep. Nice and calm with awesome dreams. Awesome. There are the thumbnails are done. And we made it past the 2-hour mark. We're at 2 hours, 10 minutes. Weird. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day. Voice is definitely a little strained. I do apologize for not making this longer and doing another story, but yes. Health first, stories first, kinda. But I'd like to thank you all for everything, for spending your time with me. It's very much appreciated. For those that gifted subs and bits and bobs and donations and super chats and all of that stuff, Again, thank you very much. It is much appreciated. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.